scared. They don't want Steph to come awake. Even in the first half, you were still double-teaming Steph because you don't want him to come alive like that. You know that when Steph hits one shot, it's not just one shot. It's the whole building coming alive. It's his teammates getting more confident, and you saw that in the second half. It didn't matter. And what I love is that everybody adjusted.
Yeah.
They understood that, listen, if Steph gets double-teamed, I cut here, I back cut here. They had top double, triple actions just to get the Rockets involved. And I just love the fact that this team, the Warriors, are confident. Brandon Podziemski hit some big shots. D'Anthony Melton hit some big shots. Draymond makes some big plays. These are what the Warriors are going to have to do moving forward. We only have 4 games left. Now you have to start building with this momentum.
Did you see that one play late in the fourth quarter where the Rockets had 2 guys face guarding Steph about 26 feet away from the basket?
Insane.
And nobody else getting that kind of attention. Nobody. And again, it took 3 quarters for the Warriors and Steph collectively to look like they have when they were really getting things going.
Yeah, that didn't take very long to get back into basketball shape.
He missed 30 games.
Yeah. 27.
I'm rounding up.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
You can round up for everybody. Steph Curry tonight coming off the bench, mind you, with 29 points, finishing this game, just closing things out like he normally does. And I'm not telling you guys anything you don't already know, but the reason the Rockets are scared and every other opposing team is terrified when Steph Curry's on the court, he can make a shot from anywhere. He's a threat from anywhere on the floor.
Biggest thing, LB, Steph Curry is one of the best players in the history of the game. He's one of the best scorers in the history of the game. Shooters, all the above. But this is what I love. You love to see him moving well. When he starts to hit those shots, you know that the whole building is going to erupt. But what I was watching to see how he was going to recover, how he was going to come out from timeouts. When he was sitting for a while, you saw he had the heat pad on his knee. How was he going to come back after those timeouts to continue to be explosive? And you saw him taking guys off the dribble. That was the biggest question. Is Steph going to be able to be explosive coming off of this knee injury? The answer, check.
Yeah.
Is Steph going to be able to continue to do what he does? Is he in shape enough to do what he does?
Check.
Check. Is he going to be able? Are his teammates going to be able to integrate him into the system? Not integrate him, but are they going to be able to adjust to having Steph back in the lineup?
Check.
Check. In the end of the game. So these are the things that you want to look for as you're trying to make a run and trying to make it from the play-in to the playoffs. It's really about how well you're playing, not who's playing or what's on the floor.
And there's 27 games, and it took less than a game for Steph and the Warriors to look normal. In your wildest dreams, you could not imagine that happening against a team like the Rockets, one of the hottest teams in the league. Now they've won 6 games in a row, a team that gives the Warriors fits because of their length, because of their youth, because of their athleticism, and the Warriors walked them down, being down 10, and made them sweat until that final shot clanked off the rim.
Right.
Well, incredible. The Warriors saw a familiar face tonight, and the opposing team with Kevin Durant on the floor. He led all scorers tonight with 31 points in the third quarter. He had 16. And Kevin Durant did it all tonight for the Rockets.
Yeah, the biggest thing that the Rockets are missing right now is a point guard playmaker. And KD was that. He was a playmaker scorer, but he was a playmaker for his teammates. You see him right here, over 2 guys. 7-footers are not supposed to be able to do this. Now you see Kevin Durant doing this. You see the Joker doing this. You see Wemby doing this. And it's just a special thing to see, man. This is a guy, your point guard. In the third quarter, KD had, what did he have? I think he had 16 points.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he was scoring, he was creating, he was facilitating. This is what the Rockets are going to have to do for them to make the run at the end of the year. They're going to have to find a way to get him to be the playmaker between KD, Alperen Şengün, and Amen Thompson. I think it was about 24 assists between all those 3 guys. That's what they're going to need to move forward.
You can't leave Smith out of that conversation.
No, listen, I did not see that coming tonight. Jabari Smith gave the Warriors fits from the outside. Alperen Şengün gave the Warriors fits on the inside. I will say this about the Rockets, and clearly they're a good team, and I think they're going to be a problem for somebody. But they are now, with tonight's win, they are 21-22 in clutch games. If you get them in the fourth quarter, it gets tight. Their lack of a point guard is going to be a problem for them. And when are you going to play a lot of close games? You're going to play a lot of close games in the playoffs. So we'll see how that goes for the Rockets. And again, celebrate Kevin Durant for what he did. But Kevin Durant was 5 of 9 in the first half for 12 points, mainly with Draymond Green having to guard him. Kristaps Porzingis did not have a good game tonight. And I think because of him having to deal with Şengün early in the game, took Porzingis out. But remember, Porzingis picked up those quick fouls in the third quarter. So Draymond did not have to guard Kevin Durant. He had to move over. And now you saw a bunch of guys we just saw in that highlight package having to guard Kevin Durant in that third quarter. He started to go off. And because of those Porzingis fouls, Rockets got into the bonus. Kevin Durant was 6 of 7 from the free throw line in that third quarter. Now, that's what great players are supposed to do. All right, if we're in the bonus, I'm going to the basket, I'm getting fouled. And, of course, Kevin Durant can score from anywhere. The situation was tailor-made for Durant to go off in the way that he did, but it was partly because of the Warriors' play that made that happen.
Big plays by KD, big shots by him, but more importantly, big plays for his teammates. I thought his chemistry with Alperen Sengun is starting to grow.
Yes.
Jabari Smith, big shots from Jabari Smith. I mean, this is a team that they have tried to now evolved, having KD be the ball handler, making those plays because they don't have that point guard. But KD was really special. I thought he was the big reason why they were able to get that lead and why they were able to get the win at the end of the game.
I tell you what, if Jabari Smith is doing just a little bit in the playoffs of what we saw tonight from him, that's something that the Rockets did not expect, and that's going to take them farther.
Yeah, and he's been wanting to impart his veteran knowledge on this young Rockets team, and that's what you saw on display tonight. Alperen Sengun, we've been bringing him up quite a few times. The Rockets had 5 players in double figures tonight. He was one of them. He finishes with 24 points. The Warriors actually did a pretty good job in points in the paint, 54-52, the advantage with the Rockets, but a lot of that was due to Sengun.
Yeah, 1 for 5 from the three-point line. If it's not falling, go inside, especially when you have footwork like this. Alperen Sengun was a man amongst boys in the paint. You had him going against Charles Bassey.
Bully ball.
It was
bully ball.
layup. Then he went against Kristaps Porzingis. It was layup. It really didn't matter who was on him. He was just he was a problem child the whole time.
Yeah, and that's the way you're supposed to play. We don't see that a lot nowadays in the NBA because of everybody like to take threes. But if you have the advantage on the inside and nobody's stopping you, do it until somebody stops you. And the Warriors weren't able to do that with Sengun tonight down low.
Yeah, such a tough loss for the Warriors tonight. Just the 1 point so close there at the end with Steph Curry taking that final shot. But the Rockets able to outlast the Warriors on this Easter Sunday. Coming up next, what does Steph Curry have to say? Following his first game back in 27 games, we'll bring you sound from the 2-time MVP after this. It's time to follow the magic presented by the Humboldt Lodging Alliance. And what a magical sight to behold. Look at this. Jimmy Butler getting shots up almost 2 months post-surgery after suffering that torn ACL. The 36-year-old underwent successful reconstruction surgery back on February 9th. But this is, I don't know, that's pretty impressive.
That's incredible.
To be back shooting right now.
In some house shoes.
That's that too. Hey, you got to go for comfort, Rod. Comfort is very
he's
important.
getting jiggy with it. Okay, that's great news to see Jimmy Butler out there. Obviously, those first 2 months after surgery are usually the most important, most tedious. You're doing a lot of the little works, just trying to get your legs moving, trying to let the thing heal. That looks like he is healing very well. Looks like he's on the right track. That's encouraging news. Kind of like having Steph Curry back. That's just encouraging news to know that your guys are healing up and you have help coming in the future.
And it looked like he was in good spirits.
Yeah.
There you go. It looks like he was in good spirits. I mean, that's the thing where, I've heard from guys, it could get pretty dark. It's just like, is this tedious work going to pay off? When am I going to come back? Oh, you see the team struggling. Oh, Steph's coming back. Man, I'd like to be a part of that. To see him with a smile on his face is pretty cool.
The biggest part when you go through rehab like that is the first part. You're not touching a basketball. You're just laying
on the couch,
there the whole time. I've been there a few times. It's really frustrating. But when you get to be able to touch a basketball again, I remember some of the first days where I got to shoot again. Those are some of the happiest days because it feels like now you're making progress, but you're making progress towards the thing that you want to do as opposed to just the little bit of progress where it's like just learning to move your leg again or strengthening the muscles. Now it's like, okay, now I can do the things that I can measure and quantify again to get back on the court.
Yeah, and Steph Curry, of course, dealing with a very different kind of injury. He's been dealing with runner's knee, which he said is unlike any injury that he's ever had throughout his career because it's so unpredictable. He scored 29 points in his return to the Warriors tonight. Let's get you back inside Chase